Hi, my name is Swan. I'm a women's transformational coach and a leadership mentor. And this month, leading up to March 8th, International Women's Day, I am talking about the heart of feminine leadership. Over the next several videos until International Women's Day, I'm going to be talking about different facets of feminine leadership. What does it mean? What does it look like? Why is it needed? And how can you play a part in this collective uprising of feminine heart that is happening on the planet right now? So in this video, I'm going to talk about one of the facets of feminine leadership that is very dear to my heart, and that is fierce compassion. So one of the things about feminine leadership that I shared in my first video is that it is a balance of both fierceness and softness. And for each video, I'm going to talk about that balance in all aspects of feminine leadership, that there is a fierceness to it, and there is also a very deep tenderness and softness as well. The Dalai Lama said, "Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive." So one of the gifts of the feminine is the ability to have compassion. It's an ability to feel into what others are feeling, to feel the sadness in a room, to feel the hurt of a young child, to feel when a friend of ours has their feelings hurt. We have an ability to tap into and feel what others are feeling and feel as if we are them. That is compassion. So the ability to know not only what others are feeling, this is empathy, but also to feel for them and to actually ask the question, how would I feel if I were them, and what might I want? What might I need? And we can take action based on that very deep level of an ability to connect and understand and have compassion. Compassion is a necessity in our time. As the Dalai Lama said, this is something that we need to fiercely protect and stand for, because humanity is divided in so many different ways. Feminine leadership stands fiercely for these qualities that are actually going to bring us closer together. Compassion is one of the most important ones. This is something that as women we are good at, we are naturally good at, but sometimes we may feel insecure about our feelings or about our sensitivity. It is often told to women that your sensitivity is something that makes you weak. If you cry easily or you over-identify with the pain of others, that's something that makes you weak. But I'm here to say that that is actually your superpower as a woman. That is actually your superpower in your feminine leadership, is to have such a deep feeling of compassion for the world that you can't look at hurt and look the other way. This is what's needed now, more than ever. In a world that is divided, in a world that is suffering, it is love and compassion that is going to bring us back together and that is going to give us a fighting chance. So be fierce in your compassion. Fiercely stand for the tenderness that you have in your heart, and don't let anyone tell you that there is anything weak about your sensitivity, about your ability to feel into a room and know what's going on, and to have compassion, to have love for people that maybe you don't even know, but you understand how they feel. And so you actually want to take action in the world that supports the well-being of all, not just yourself. This is the heart of feminine leadership. To act in a way that honors yourself, that fiercely protects and supports your own desires and interests, but equally cares about the desires and interests of others and of the world, and that really knows that we can't live in a world where we're all just looking out for ourselves. We have to have compassion. So what does fierce compassion look like in everyday life? How can we embody it and enact it in our everyday life? So you may be walking about the world at any given time and experience other people who annoy you, or who might be having a really bad day and might be misbehaving. It might be your partner, it might be a random person on the street, it might be your child. So what would fierce compassion do? Fierce compassion would actually take a moment to pause, notice your trigger, take a deep breath, notice your own feelings and hold that with self-compassion, and also perhaps feel into, why might this person be acting or behaving the way they are? I know for myself sometimes when my husband and I start to have a tiff or start to get in a fight, and I take a moment to sit and think about, okay, why might he be feeling and acting this way right now? Does it really have anything to do with me? Might he have had a really difficult experience today? Might he still be struggling from losses or grief? Might he just be having a hard day and I don't know what's happened, but I can have compassion and get curious and ask the question, what's really going on here? And we can choose to do this in our everyday life. If you have an experience or an interaction on the street or in the store or with a colleague, that you can actually pause, get curious, and get compassionate before you react. So my invitation for you this week is to embrace your fierce compassion. Embrace your ability to feel and empathize with others, and that you care for their well-being, that is actually a beautiful gift. It is so important to have self-compassion first and foremost, to honor your feelings, to honor your sensitivity, to have patience with your triggers and the places where you might not act perfectly. This is all a part of fierce compassion. It's how we treat ourselves, and it's how we have compassion and understanding for others in the world. So I hope this was supportive for you. I'm excited to hear how this looks in your life and how this plays out this week. If you'd like to share, I'm always open and loving to hear from you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video on the heart of feminine leadership.